उपास्महे कृष्णं कमलपत्राक्षं कृष्णं कमलपत्र वासुदेवं वासुदेवं जगन्नाथं वन्दे नौमि नारायणं हरिं नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे फुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयप्रदीपः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयप्रदीपः ॐ गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्मा गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्मा तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः So today we have come back to just learn something more and more from the great God. And well, Krishna is there in the entirety. And you see, we know that the crisis came up to crisis in a sense, ambiguity. In case of Dhritarashtra, whenever we are having the samsaya, then we will not be comfortable. The mind will be perplexed, and it fails to take a decision by oneself, and therefore we are just not comfortable. So it was the status for Dhritarashtra when Pandavas returned, and when Sanjaya brought the message from Dharmaraja that he wants to occupy the 50% of the Rajyam, kingdom, and only wants a kind of consultation direct with him, and so then he has got a very good fear from his eldest son among all other 100 sons. So he is good by himself, but when Duryodhana comes, the entire situation in his mind changes. And now we are in the 36th chapter. I don't know where we are, just 36th chapter, sloka number 20 and 21, I should say. From there, we just try to learn something. So I just read the 36th chapter, 21 sloka and further. Because actually Vidura spent a good amount of time with Dhritarashtra by giving him pros and cons of his pros and cons that he can just always think of the positive way, such that it will be very comfortable for him to remain with his 105 sons happily, with daughters-in-law, children, grandchildren, etc., etc. So that kind of family comfort Vidura was trying to advise to him. And now in that course, so he is just talking about these things. So he said about Vidura told about Mahakulinas and Adhamaha, so division among the all people. Then Dhritarashtra will put one question. Yeah, you spoke about the Mahakula people. And what is the Mahakulam? Kulam is a group, family. Dhutara Om, 22nd. Dhritarashtra Uvacha Mahakulanam Spruhayanti Devaha Dharmartha Vruddhascha Bahusrutascha Puchami Tvam Vidura Prasnametam bhavanti vai kani mahakulani. Noble families anta ಹೇಳಿದೆಯಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ ನೀನು. What are those noble families? And what are those noble families? The noble family, he wanted to clarify from him the noble family. What is that? ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ದೇವತೆಗಳು, all gods and all those who are following the dharma, who are following the artha, because dharma, artha, kama, moksha, but dharmartha is always complementary in the beginning. Because Valmiki Maharshi in Ramayana tells that ಧರ್ಮಾದ್ ಅರ್ಥಃ ಪ್ರಭವತಿ ಅರ್ಥಃ ಧರ್ಮ ಸಮುದ್ಭವಃ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Means that, see, you get wealth, prosperity, happiness, peace, and all that is artha. Indriyas are there, indriya artha also. So artha means also goals. Artha means the wisdom. So how do you pick up the wisdom? Only through acharana of dharma. So dharma artha vruddhaha, that is such of those people who have grown deep and or senior in respect of the acquisition of dharma and artha, rather in practicing the dharma and artha. Because if people were to transgress dharma, then it is really a great problem. Therefore, he said dharmartha vruddhaha, and not only dharmartha vruddhaha, another kind of people in the society is bahusruta, those people highly learned, scholars, vidvamsaha. So all the vidvamsas are having that kind of power, and therefore, Vidura, I want to know what are those mahakulas, those families that are called very much noble and really remarkable and all that. See, in the other words, we have got aristocratic. Aristocratic is richness. At the same time, must be having the nobility in behavior, conforming to dharma and artha. Of course, kama is there in between that sandwiching, because without kama, the dharma arthas do not work well. When you see the coherence of all these things, then moksha is optional, and we don't know it. You can't talk about the moksha. And now Vidura, one question, because always Dhritarashtra is having one question, either in Bhagavad Gita or in Vidhuraneethi or in other places. Whenever Dhritarashtra opens his house, his mouth, he will have only one question. And that requires Vidura, like wise people, to answer at length. Therefore, the saying is good in English that a fool is enough to put a question, and it requires wise people, 7 wise people to answer. When such type of questions will come up, dharma sandeshas. Now the 23rd sloka and 24th I am reading. Tamo damo brahmavitvam vitana punyam punyaha vivaha सततान्नदानं येष्वैते सप्तगुणा भवन्ति सम्यग्वृत्ता तानि महाकुलानि. Actually, it is very hard, difficult to define some of such noble concepts, because a noble concept or really dharmapara bhavanas are always beyond definition, but still Vidura, being very wise person, he is trying to say, see, tamaha damaha brahma vitvam vitanaha. Those people, those people who are Tamaha, Damaha, Vitanaha, those people who try to resort to asceticism, they also resort to the self-restraint, and also Brahmavatvam is trying to study the Vedas, and then Punya, that is the sacrifices, then Vivaha, pure marriages. That is what is pure marriage. That is, see, in our system, Sanatana Dharma, there are 8 kinds of vivahas, Ashtavidha vivaha. But among all vivahas, the Brahmi vivaha, the marriage, or what is marriage? Marriage is nothing but the friendship. ఈ స్నేహవే మదివే. పెండ్లి అంటే ఇద్దరు మేల్ అండ్ ఫిమేల్ కమ్ ఇన్ ఫ్రెండ్షిప్, and which friendship will continue lifelong. That is our Sanatana Dharma. In between, hardly in our Hinduism, in our Sanatana Dharma, there are the cases of divorce or separation. Even though, out of circumstances, if male and female or man and woman or husband and wife are separated, but they work each other, pray each other, and see that they unite. Rama and Sita is one example, grand example. 14 years Vanavasa, and Sita was shifted to Lanka, and Rama was in the India, Bharat, Dandakaranyam. So imagine, but still they sustained the preeti between each other. Because, see, in Ramayana, Valmiki Maharshi says, why is Rama loved Sita so much? Because he fought a war, he killed the offender with the Rakshasas. Why he should do all that kind of very risky exercise to face the Rakshasas? The simple is that Rama is that Daraha Pitrukruta. That's what Valmiki says in Ramayana, that Daraha Pitrukrutaha. See, it is a wife given to me by my parents. And in fact, for the marriage of Rama after Dhanurbangam, and there is no mention that the ladies have gone there to attend the marriage celebration. I don't know why, because Valmiki Maharshi has not said that. But we have to imagine that Dasharatha Maharaja went together with his Antapura strees, but we don't know the mention of it. It's really a good point to note down. Anywhere we get the reference, whether there is any role played by Kausalya and other co-wives of Dasaratha in that matter. But however, that is not a question here. So, Brahmi Vivaha, then Satata Annadanam. So, just gifting away Annam. Because of all the danas, Annadanam is sacred. Because there are 16 danas are there, beginning from Bhudanam, Bhuridanam, Rathaturegadanam, Annapradhanam. So Rathadanam, Turegadanam, Annadanam, and like that, ultimately Kanyadanam. So among all these, every dhanam, every gifting away, you don't expect anything back. Is always noble. That's why it is called Kanyadanam. And again, ye dvaite saptaguna bhavanti. Yeshu, those people are those families in which these 7 gunas or practices exist. They are duly regarded as the Mahakulani. So Sajato, and Bhartrihari says, Sajato yena jatena yati vamsaha samunnatim. ಈ ವಂಶದ ಸಮುನ್ನತಿ, ಈ ಕುಲದ ಸಮುನ್ನತಿ is there when anybody born in the family is adopting to the Saptagunas. At least 1 or 2, 3, 4 is also recommendable, because all the 7 gunas perfection is really difficult. That perfection is divine. ದೇವತೆಗಳು ಮಾತ್ರನೇ perfection ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. So Tamaha, Damaha, Brahmavitvam, Vitanaha, Punyaha, Vivahaha, Satatat, Annadanam, Yeshu eva ete sapta guna bhavanti, Samyak Vrittaha, Tani Mahakulani. Here, the word is Vrittaha. Vritti means behavior. So there should be this kind of samyak vritti for all people. Then in other families, so that is the definition. And another point is I have not told that we have covered that they are dharma. So that means in noble families we have got learned people. They make the nobility of the family, and those people who are desirous of performing puja, aradhana, honoring to the gods, and those people who are living the life of dharma followance, and these are all ones which are in the Mahakulas. And now I am reading the 24th sloka. Yesham na vrittam yathate na yonihi vritta prasadena charanti dharmam ye kirtimichanti kulam kule visishtam chektanrutaha tani mahakulani. So the Mahakula definition does not stop. It goes on. And the sloka also is trying to talk about anijjayam, anijjaya vivahascha vivahaischa vedasyotsadareena cha kulani akulata yanti dharmasya tikramena cha. So Mahakulagal Helimale, again the question comes up, which are those which are not Mahakulas, which are Adhamakulas? Because always there is a contrast in life. ದ್ವಂದ್ವತ್ವ ಈ ಪ್ರಪಂಚದಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಭೂಲೋಕದಲ್ಲಿ ದ್ವಂದ್ವ ಇದೆ, ಅದು ಇದು. ವೈ? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದ್ವಂದ್ವವನ್ನು ಅತೀತನಾದ್ರೇನೆ ನಮಗೆ ಪುಣ್ಯ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಮೋಕ್ಷ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ ರಿಯಲ್ ಸ್ಕಾಲರ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ದೋಸ್ ದ್ವಂದ್ವಾತೀತೋ ನಿರ್ಮತ್ಸರಃ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ದ್ವಂದ್ವಾತೀತ ನಿರ್ಮತ್ಸರ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ಸರ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇರಬೇಕು. ದೇ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ದ್ವಂದ್ವತ್ವ. ವೆನ್ ದೀಸ್ ಟೂ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ ಓವರ್ ದೆನ್ we are very comfortable. Therefore, now the other hand, he says that yesham na vruttam vyathate na yoni vruttam prasadena dharmam charanti ye kirtimichanti kule visishto chekta anrutaha tani mahakulani. So, ಯಾರ ಬಿಹೇವಿಯರಿಂದ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ದುಃಖ ಬರಲ್ವೋ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಹೂಸ್ ಬಿಹೇವಿಯರ್ ದಿ ಚಿಲ್ಡ್ರನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಚಿಲ್ಡ್ರನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ದಿ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ದಿ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್ ವುಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ರಿಯಲಿ ಸಾರೋಫುಲ್. ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಪಶ್ಚಾತ್ತಾಪ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅಗೈನ್ another people are, those people born in the family, they are all conforming to dharma. See, yonivruttaha prasadanam charanti dharmam. ಸೊ ಧರ್ಮ ಪರಲಾಗಿ ಅವರವರ ಕೆಲಸಗಳು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದರೆ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕುಲಕ್ಕೆ ಕೀರ್ತಿ ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋರು ಅವರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಮಹಾಕುಲರು. ಅಂದ್ರೇನು, ಯು ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಎನ್ನೋಬಲ್ ದ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಬೈ ಯುವರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲಿ. ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಡೂ ಇಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್, ಬಟ್ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಆಫ್ ಯುವರ್ ಚಿಲ್ಡ್ರನ್. ಧೃತರಾಷ್ಟ್ರ ಇಸ್ ಟೆಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್, ಅಯ್ಯ ನೀನು, ನಿನ್ನ ಮಕ್ಕಳು, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮೊಮ್ಮಕ್ಕಳು, ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಟರ್ನ್ ಟು ಬಿ changed in behavior so that your family, your progeny will be a Mahakulam. And ಇದು That's what is important. That is, you have to avoid every kind of falsehood, and you have to enhance the purity, pure frame. That's exactly what we say. Sajato yena jatena yati vamsaha samunnatim. ಒಬ್ಬೊಬ್ಬರು ಜನ್ಮದಿಂದ ಆ ಕುಲ, ಆ ವಂಶ ಉದ್ಧಾರ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಈವನ್ ಇನ್ ಅಸ್ಟ್ರಾಲಜಿ ಪೀಪಲ್ ರೈಟ್ ಡೌನ್ ಏನಂತ, ಫಲಾನಿ ಫಲಾನಿ ಉಪದಿಶ್ಯಂತೆ. So the phalas are being predicted depending upon the position of the planets. Vidushaha. So intelligent people always tell that. But if there is some kind of difference between in the predictions, then what can astrologers do it? Because it's all depending upon the planets. So the graha gati nodkondu astrologers will be able to say something. But if at all not good there, then फलानि ग्रहचारेण सूचयन्ति मनीषिणः. तत्र see grahacharena suchayanti maharshi. So the manishis are intelligent astrologer. Manishi means astrologer. They will always point out the phalas depending upon the movement of the planets. And so the families, people must be very much helpful to bring up the fame, name of the kulam. And now in the 25th sloka, anijjaya vivahascha avivaha, so vivahihi vedasya utsadanam cha kulani akulatam yanti dharmasya atikramena cha. See, anijjaya vivahischa. See, only those who have noble families fall down and become low owing to the absence of the sacrifices. ನೀವು ಯಜ್ಞಯಾಗಾದಿ ಕೃತುಗಳನ್ನು, ವೇದಾಂಗ ಅಧ್ಯಯನವನ್ನು, ಆರ್ ಪರೋಪಕಾರವನ್ನು, ಅಂದರೆ ಪರೋಪಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಅನುಗುಣವಾಗಿ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಡೂ ಸ್ಯಾಕ್ರಿಫೈಸ್, you are doing help for the gods. You are doing upakara for the people, because on the yajna madidre, you feel so many, you invite so many people, and all those people who gather, you feed them. Prasada, naivedya admele prasada anta you are going to give to prasadam. Therefore, if these things are utsadanena, utsadana means rejection, not observance, absence. Also trying to induce impure marriages, inter-caste marriages, international marriages, inter-district marriages, which are not compatible if they are promoted with the idea of love, which is always a temporary feeling. And if people do like that, the family history is tarnished. Supposing under varnantara vivaha and these are all this which will destroy the dignity of the family, the purity of the family. So kulani akulatam yadi, kula andre nobility, but sukula akula. ಸುಕುಲತಾ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು, ಆ ಕೀರ್ತಿ ಎನ್ಹ್ಯಾನ್ಸ್ ಆಗೋದು ಕುಲಸ್ಯ ಗೌರವಂ. ಈ ಕುಲ ಗೌರವವನ್ನು ಎನ್ಹ್ಯಾನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಒಂದು. ಇಲ್ಲ ಈ ತರಹ ಮದುವೆಗಳು, ಸಿ ದೀಸ್ ಡೇಸ್ ಪಾಪ ವಿದುರ ಟು ಕಮ್ ಟು ನೋ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ he will be very much worried, he will walk out. Exactly, even Arjuna in the battleground in Bhagavad Gita. Tomorrow we are going to talk on Bhagavad Gita, on the divine path. Purushottama Yoga is divine path. Gita Jayanti, we are doing morning 7th, in the evening 7 o'clock in India. So I wish all people join here. And so people, because during youth, the looks are different. After maturity comes up and age also takes place in the body, then that kind of eye looks will change. But that's why nobody has authority to spoil the name and fame of the family in which he is born. ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲಮ್ಮ, ನಾನು ಮದುವೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಬಂದು ಹೇಳದೆ ಕೇಳದೆ ಕೂಡ ಮದುವೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದು, ಸೊ ಈ ಥರ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ಜನರು, ಯೂತ್ಸ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದೇ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್? ದೇ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ವೇ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಸ್ಪಾಯಿಲಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ ಲೋಯರಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ಡಿಗ್ನಿಟಿ, ಪೆಡಿಗ್ರಿ ಆಫ್ ದ ನೊಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ. ಸೊ ಕುಲಾನಿ ಅಕುಲತಾಂ ಯಾಂತಿ. ಅಕುಲತಾಂ ಅಂದರೆ ದೇ ಲೂಸ್ ದೇರ್ ನೇಮ್. And again ಧರ್ಮಸ್ಯ ಅತಿಕ್ರಮೇಣ ಚ. ಸೊ ಈ ಧರ್ಮ ಅಂದರೆ ಸಂಪ್ರದಾಯ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಟ್ರೆಡಿಷನ್, ಪರಂಪರೆಯಾಗಿ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಛೇದನ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು. ಆ ಸಂಪ್ರದಾಯವನ್ನು ನಾವು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಅಪ್ಹೋಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಇನ್ ದಶಾವತಾರ ಸ್ತೋತ್ರಂ, ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಟ್ ಭೂ ವರಾಹಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಡಡ್ ಅಂದರೆ ವೇದಾನುದ್ಧರತೆ ಜಗನ್ನಿವಹನುತೆ ಭೂಗೋಳಮುದ್ಧೃಚ್ಯತೆ ಅಂತ. ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಡನ್ ಬೈ ವರಾಹಾವತಾರ. ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವರು? ವೇದಾನುದ್ಧರತೆ, ಹಿ ಹಸ್ ಬ್ರಾಟ್ ದ ನಾಲೆಡ್ಜ್ ಅಪ್. ವೇದಾನುದ್ಧರತೆ and dharma uddharana, veda uddharana, all that is accompanied along with the bhugola mudhrutyate. ಭೂದೇವಿಯನ್ನು ಉದ್ಧಾರ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಭೂದೇವಿ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ಬೇಸಿಸ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಈ ಭೂ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ, ಭೂಮಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ? ಬಿದ್ದೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. ಈವನ್ ಬಿದ್ದೋದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ ಭೂಮಿಯಲ್ಲೇ ಬಿದ್ದೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. ದೇರ್ ಫೋರ್ there is a beautiful statement which you come across, that ಭೂಮೌ ಸ್ಖಲಿತಪಾದಾನಾಂ ಭೂಮಿರೇವಾವಲಂಬನಂ ತ್ರೈಜಾತಾಪರಾಧಾನಾಂ ತ್ವಮೇವ ಶರಣಂ ಶಿವೇ. ಶಿವೇ ತ್ವಮೇವ ಶರಣಂ. ಅಮ್ಮ ಲಲಿತಾ ಪರಮೇಶ್ವರಿ, ಆದಿದೇವಿ, ದುರ್ಗಾ ಪರಮೇಶ್ವರಿ, whatever, all Shakti Rupinis, they are responsible to protect all those people who commit mistakes, who fall down on the ground. That is, they lose their integrity and balance. But them again she will bring up if you are devoted to her. So here it is said that ಧರ್ಮಸ್ಯ ಅತಿಕ್ರಮಣಂ ಒಂದು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ವೇದ ಉತ್ಸಾದನಂ ಎರಡು, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅನಿತ್ಯತ್ವಂ ಮೂರು, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅವಿವಾಹ. ಸೊ these are all the important factors which will dethrone the dignity of the family. The pedigree will get spoiled. And in 26th sloka, we are just again another two slokas, because Vidura seems to be giving two slokas or examples to impress upon Dhritarashtra to become wise and to have some kind of controls over his own emotional, sentimental feelings. So in the 26th stanza, you see, Deva Dravya Vinashini Brahma Swaharanena cha Kulani Akulatam Yanti Brahmana Atikramanena cha. So you may be noble, but the persons born in a family, if they don't follow all these things, your maintaining the nobility of the family is just done, dethroned. In other words, Vidura is telling to Dhritarashtra, you are noble, but your children are not noble. Therefore, you have to vacate your throne. ನೀನು ನಿನ್ನ ಸಿಂಹಾಸನದ ಮೇಲೆ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಕೂತ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಪಾಂಡವರ ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಟ್ರೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಆನಂದವಾಗಿರಬೇಕು. Supposing you are not able, your sons don't cooperate for that, that means you and your family, pedigree, everything is ruined. That's what is suggestion. Deva Dravya Vinashena, you should never use what is meant for the gods. The families fall down and become low owing to destruction of the properties of deities. In olden days, Chakravartis, Maharajas, when they built temples, they presented lot of wealth for the temple gods, for the temple innovation, temple property. I don't know, for example, you have got in Thiruvananthapuram Padmanabha Swami temple, and also in TTD, we have got, so every temple has got some properties. So temple properties have not got to be tapped by anybody. If you tap that, you are lowering down that, and you will have a very sad sequences. And therefore, temple properties. But what is now happening? ಆ ಟೈಮ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಮಹಾಭಾರತ ರಾಮಾಯಣ ವೇದ ಟೈಮ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಎಥಿಕ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಬೆಲೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಪೀಪಲ್ ವರ್ ರಿಯಲಿ ಕೇರ್ಫುಲ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಇಟ್. ಬಟ್ ನೌ it is not that. Now there is a partiality. They only attack the Hindu temples properties and they want to use it otherwise. And no, temple is a place marked for the presence of gods upon the ground. And what is marked for them, if you are to use, you are grabbing that. Therefore, destruction of properties of deities. Secondly, Brahma Swaharanena cha, that is robbing the properties of Brahmanas. That is Mahapapam. I know one of my own relation has just deprived that particular house and land, small house, allotted by my grandfather and registered by my grandfather. His son's son said, no, my son and son's son, both of them came and said, no, the entirety is in my name, Patta is in my name, or Khata is in my name, it belongs to me. So he grabbed, he and his son grabbed that. As a result, the family is not happy. And like that only, many families are there in the world where the greed is the most important. So here, indirectly, Vidura is suggesting what share of land that Pandavas must get, your children must not grab that further, because they are so obedient. They just executed what you said about it. Therefore, that is going to happen if it happens to you, that your family becomes Akula. Even today, nobody will be happy with Duryodhana. Even today, nobody is happy with the Ravanasura. Ravanasura is a Brahmin. Duryodhana is a Kshatriya. And so these people are not caring the pedigree of their own families. Even though they have been advised sufficiently by all people, they have not followed it. That's why here he says that Brahmana's property, so not taking away the Brahmin's family, all are not helpful to us. And the 27th sloka talks that we have only 4 minutes, and after this we'll conclude our Vidura session today, and we continue next Saturday with further. And we try to increase the timing for another 20 minutes because it's only 40 minutes program. And next time, repeating our thing for about 5-10 minutes. Because this Vidhuraneethi is a large book. I told you that it is a 500 slokas and that. divided into 8 chapters. And so we keep on going on, depending on the convenience of the organizers and those. Now that Nagamahesh is in charge, and we should compliment him that he is just following the words of Rama Sharma, who wanted this Vidhuraneethi be aired on YouTube so that especially all the managers, CEOs, and other such kind of officials, project managers must be aware so that they will be able to work well and bring more energetic outcomes, and the locum will be benefited. So now I am reading the 27th sloka, 28, 27, 28, 29. And the Mahabharata language and style is very, very simple. As you read, the meaning gets translated. But when you sit for commentary, and many, many allied branches of literature come into, become connected. As you are seeing, I'm going to Bhagavad Gita, I'm going to Ramayana, I'm going to Veda, I'm going to. So these are all the connected things because Vidura is not telling something new, but it is just like telling old wine in new bottle. This is exactly what is going on. ಅದನ್ನೇ ಇನ್ನೂ ಶ್ಲೋಕ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಶ್ಲೋಕಾರ್ಧೇನ ಪ್ರವಕ್ಷ್ಯಾಮಿ, ಕಾಳಿದಾಸ ಸೇಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಸೆಟ್, ಶ್ಲೋಕಾರ್ಧೇನ ಪ್ರವಕ್ಷ್ಯಾಮಿ ಯದುಕ್ತಂ ಗ್ರಂಥಕೋಟಿಭಿಃ ಪರೋಪಕಾರಂ ಪುಣ್ಯಾಯ ಪಾಪಾಯ ಪರಪೀಡನಂ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಯು ಸಿ, ಪರೋಪಕಾರಂ ಪುಣ್ಯಾಯ, ಇಫ್ ಯು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಅದರ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಟು ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಪುಣ್ಯಂ. That is Mahakulinatvam enhancing. And Papaya Parapedanam. So if at all these two things are being highlighted, described, and discussed, etc. in these things. Now I am reading quickly. Brahmananam paribhavatu parivadacha bhara bharata kulanya kulatam yanti न्यासापहरणानि च हरणेन च कुलानि समुपेतानि गोभिः पुरुषतो स्वतः कुलसङ्घां न गच्छन्ति यानि हीनानि वृत्ततः विहीनानि कुलानि अल्पधनान्यपि कुलसङ्ख्यं तु गच्छन्ति कर्षन्ति च मयद्यशः. So these three slokas further describe how. So we have got only 1 minute, less than a minute. It will suddenly disappear in about few seconds. So I conclude. Om Swasti Sarvam Sri Krishnarpanamastu. Sarvam Sri Matrucharanaravindarpanamastu. Om Tatsatu Krishnaya Vasudevaya